So when I got into college, the first week of classes, I met this beautiful girl named Irina. And she was like my ideal girl. She was like a hippie girl. And she wore like those gypsy skirts and everything about it was just like my dream person. And I had a huge crush on her. And I started hanging out with her. And one night we were sitting on this wall and I started kissing her and she let me, but she didn't really kiss me back. And I don't know, I maybe kissed her and touched her for like half an hour and there was nothing, no response whatsoever. And, I felt like a necrophiliac. I felt like I was trying to have sex with a corpse. And so I stopped and we just kind of were friends for a bit. But I just had a crush on her the whole time. But I think I realized she wasn't really reciprocating exactly. And then she had all these different boyfriends and I was always jealous. And then after graduation, we were both in Paris at the same time. And we actually ended up having sex one night. And it wasn't like the first time when she just lays there. It was actually going pretty well. And seemed like she was into it. But then the phone rings and it's like her stepmother and she has to deal with it. And then by the time she was done with the phone call, like the energy was gone and it just never happened. So we had sex, half sex once. And we kind of were friends over the years and kind of like good friends. And the problem with Irina was she's one of those people like they never call you or they never call you back. Like you have to do all the work and they're just not as into you as you are into them. And at this point, I was beyond like wanting to have sex with her or anything. I was just like, I just really liked her. And she really liked me too. Whenever we were together, she'd be really, there. But she was just a horrible correspondent. And one day I was stoned and I talked to her and I realized you don't know her at all. Like your vision of her is just completely off. This is not who she is. She's not who you think she is. She's this totally different person than who you think she is. And I was like, whoa, I've known this woman for years. I've never really noticed her, like really noticed. And then I tried like to really see her more, but it was hard because she just never called me back. And I would call her like, 20 times and she'd call me back once. And then it'd be like 30 times, she'd call me back once. And then it got to a point where it's like, I'd have to call her 100 times to get her to call me back once. And then it was like 200 times and she wouldn't call me at all. And then one day I got invited to a philosophy conference devoted to my TV show, the show about the show. And they told me I could invite anybody I wanted and, ideally film scholars. And Irina was a film scholar. And I thought maybe I'll invite Irina. She'll come because she'll get paid to go to Germany and she's a film scholar. And then I can hang out with her finally and she'll return my phone call. So I called her and said, hey, I'm inviting you to like speak at this conference in Germany. And she didn't return my phone call. But she did get back to the person running it and said that she would be willing to do it, but she hadn't seen the show and she wasn't a huge fan of my work. And that made me mad. And I called the guy and said, I don't want her there. And then I called her and said, I don't want you to come. I know they invited you, but I'm disinviting you. And that was the last time I ever talked to her. I mean, I didn't even talk to her. It was a voicemail.